The story of true value and the illusion of wealth. In the kingdom of Svanapura, there lived a young man named Raghav. He was born into a modest family, with a humble upbringing, and was known for his intelligence, kindness, and hard-working nature. However, despite his virtues, Raghav often felt overlooked by those around him. People seemed to respect those with wealth and power, and he began to wonder why he, despite his abilities and character, wasn't treated with the same regard. One day, Raghav visited the palace to meet with a renowned scholar, Sage Varadan, whom he admired deeply. Sage Varadan had a reputation for not only his immense knowledge of the ancient texts but also his impartial and wise nature. Raghav sought counsel from the sage, hoping to understand why wealth seemed to command so much respect. "Master," Raghav said, "I have lived a simple life, trying to contribute to society with my knowledge and hard work. But I notice that those who are wealthy seem to be surrounded by friends and relatives, while people like me, who have neither wealth nor the luxuries of life, are left in the background. Why does wealth seem to give such power and respect?" Sage Varadan, who had been listening intently, smiled softly and said, "Let me tell you a story, Raghav, which may shed some light on your question. The tale of the merchant and the scholar. Once upon a time, there was a wealthy merchant named Himadri. He had inherited a large fortune from his ancestors and was known throughout the land for his vast wealth. Himadri had everything that money could buy: luxurious palaces, fine clothes, jewels, and a host of servants to tend to his every need. As a result, he had a large circle of friends and relatives who constantly sought his favor and attention. However, despite his material wealth, Himadri was not particularly wise or knowledgeable. He knew little of the sacred texts or the deeper philosophies of life. But, because of his wealth, people regarded him highly and respected him as a man of importance. In contrast, there was a humble scholar named Ramesh. Ramesh lived a modest life, dedicating his days to learning and teaching. His knowledge of philosophy, science, and spirituality was unmatched. He was sought by those who truly valued wisdom, and he helped countless people with his deep insights. Yet, Ramesh found that many of the wealthy people in his town did not show him the same respect as they showed Himadri. One day, Himadri invited Ramesh to his home to discuss a matter of business. When Ramesh arrived, Himadri greeted him warmly, offering food and drink, but he couldn't help but boast about his wealth and the people who fawned over him. "You see, Ramesh," Himadri said, "I have everything that one could desire. People are always around me, friends, relatives, and admirers. Everyone wants something from me." Ramesh listened quietly before responding. "Yes, I see that your wealth brings you many people. But I wonder, Himadri, if you are truly surrounded by friends or if they simply see your wealth as a means to their own ends." Himadri paused, unsure of how to respond. "What do you mean, Ramesh? I am surrounded by people who respect me." Ramesh smiled and said, "You are respected for your wealth, but not necessarily for yourself. True respect, Himadri, is not based on what we possess, but on who we are. A person who is rich in character and wisdom, though they may not have wealth, commands the respect of those who understand what truly matters." Sage Varadan continued his story. Himadri's wealth attracted people, but their affection was superficial. Ramesh, with his wisdom, was respected by a few true admirers, but he was not surrounded by crowds. Yet, when the time came for true wisdom to be needed, it was Ramesh who was called upon, for the depth of his knowledge was worth more than all of Himadri's riches. Sage Varadan looked at Raghav and said, "You see, Raghav, wealth often attracts friends, relatives, and respect. People seek those who can give them something, be it riches, favors, or status. But true value, wisdom, character, and virtue, gains respect not because of what it can offer in material terms, but because of its enduring worth. The wealthy man is seen as a man by society, but the truly wise are regarded as pandits, respected not for their outward possessions, but for their inward riches." Raghav, now deep in thought, asked, "But master, if wealth is what brings respect in this world, should I then seek to acquire it?" Sage Varadan smiled kindly. "It is not wealth itself that is the problem, Raghav. It is the attachment to it. Pursue wealth, if you must, but do not let it define who you are. Strive for wisdom, for virtue, and for kindness. True respect will come not from what you own, but from who you are and how you live your life." Thanks for watching. If you found this video insightful, don't forget to give it a like, share it with others who might benefit, and subscribe to the channel for more valuable content like this. Hit the bell icon so you never miss an update. See you in the next video.